What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Invitica back here again with another video, and today I got something special. It's the only reason why I'm still in college. It's that pink booger sugar. That's right, baby, we're talking about Adderall. You already know what it is. If you don't, I mean, come on, let's be honest here. It's basically meth. It's like, I don't know, like kid-size meth. If you don't believe me, I'll put up a picture of a Adderall molecule versus a meth molecule, and they're basically the fucking same. So naturally it's pretty controversial, but bottom line is I have a shit ton of it. It's all legal, by the way, but I'm stacked, right? You can call me your Addy daddy because I found a doctor who just fucking hands this shit out like candy on Halloween. You know, she actually prescribed me over the legal limit at one point. Not that I even knew. Obviously she didn't know, but now I'm back to the legal limit. So yeah, I got it all, baby. I got that pink shit. And yeah, I always thought it was interesting, or it would be interesting to kind of see if Adderall has any effect on gaming, because all the time now I hear like content creators and, you know, professional gamers all say like, oh, I'm fucking cracked out, you know, like, and I'm sure they just mean that they're shooting straight, you know, they're feeling themselves. They probably just pounded 12 monsters, but if you're gonna say you're cracked out, you know, that implies that you're actually on crack or, you know, Adderall, because they're kind of the same thing. So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of, you know, compare games for myself on Adderall and not on Adderall and see if there's any distinguishable difference between them. Now, I realize that everybody's brain works differently, and to properly do something like this, you'd need like hundreds of people playing thousands of games of Call of Duty and, you know, every other game to kind of draw any sort of conclusion. But I don't got the time or the resources to do that, so, you know, take everything in here with a grain of salt. With all that being said, I did try to make the games I played as consistent as possible. So basically what I did is I played 3 different game modes: Domination, Hardpoint, and Control. And for each game mode, I played 10 games on Adderall and not on Adderall. So that's 60 games total. And for the lobbies and for the games themselves, I had some criteria. I'll just quickly go over these. But basically, I used the same gun, same class for all of the games that I played. I only played on a select few maps because I was using a submachine gun at the time. So I wanted to exclude long range maps, you know, like Icebreaker or Jungle, or just maps that I fucking hate, like Payload or Morocco. I never can do good on those for some fucking reason. I lobby searched, which was a pain in the ass, but I try to find I guess a pretty scrubby lobby just for the sake of consistency. So the limit for prestiges in the lobby was 5. So only 5 people were allowed to be prestiged. Only 2-man parties were allowed, and a maximum of 3rd prestige in the lobby. So again, pretty scrubby, but I did that just, you know, for consistency. Also, if I felt that the connection was bad at any point, like really bad, then that game was removed. I played the same time of day, and all the outliers were removed. There's a couple more. I'll just put them in the comment section though. Let's just get into the results then, because there's no way my videos are ever going to be monetized. So there's no reason for me to try to make them 10 minutes. Okay, so Hardpoint. Now, you should see on your screen, you know, a bunch of numbers, and if you stare at them long enough, they will probably start to make sense. Bottom line is, with no Adderall, my score per minute was 549, and then on Adderall, it was 950. Never mind, I'm dyslexic, I can't read. It's 599. So on Adderall, that is an 8.4% increase, which is pretty big. You know, you're just gonna say like 8%, 10%, you know, that seems like a small number, but in a game like this, and just, you know, that difference based of just taking a pill, that's actually pretty significant. And for my KD, it's actually interesting because my KD not on Adderall was actually almost 12% higher than when I was. So what I took away from this is that when I get on Adderall, I get like hyped up, I guess. I want to play more objectively. I just want to go in and, you know, smoke some people. So I'll just run into the objective, you know, get a bunch of kills. That, you know, is shown with my higher score per minute, but naturally when you do that, you're going to die more. And so I was thinking, when I'm not on Adderall, you know, I kind of play back a little bit. I still play objectively, obviously, but you know, I'm playing for my streaks more, and I'm more worried about, you know, my personal outcome, I guess, or like I just chill back more instead of just fucking bum rushing the game the whole time. Alright, so I realized I didn't really do a good job of explaining these numbers, and by not doing a good job, I mean not explaining them at all. So this is for, you know, the next set of numbers for control, and each column represents one game, you know, score per minute, KD, and so you can see there's 10 columns, and then on the far right, they're all averaged, and that's the number I'm taking, the average of the 10. So for control, it actually follows a similar story to Hardpoint, which I thought was surprising. I honestly thought that these numbers were all just going to be random and it's going to be fluky because, you know, Call of Duty is just such a, I guess, a random game and there's so many variables involved, but it actually is pretty similar to Hardpoint. So my score per minute, not on Adderall, 396, on Adderall, 421. So same story here, higher score per minute. I'm just rushing the enemy team. You know, I'm just fucking flying in there and getting more kills and also dying more. And you can see that from my KD, which in this case is about 10% higher than 10% higher when I'm not on Adderall than when I am on Adderall. And I've said Adderall about 5,000 times in this video. It's sounding fucking weird to me now. And finally, you can see my results for Domination. Now, this one might just kind of be throw-outable. That's not a word, but this data is pretty different from the others because basically Adderall just fucking smoked everything else. My score per minute was 14.2% higher, which is ridiculous. And my KD, I just have MOE for margin of error because they're so close that, you know, you can't draw any conclusions from those. So basically in Dom, Adderall just fucking kicked the shit out of no Adderall. Alright, now for the big question, does Adderall make you a better gamer? And looking at this data, one would probably say that it does, but I'm honestly not convinced. Not only because this is an incredibly small data pool to try to draw conclusions from, but also there's so many other things you can take to kind of have a similar effect to Adderall. You know, this data just shows that my reflexes were heightened. You know, I was probably just snapping a little bit quicker, a little bit better. And there's plenty of other ways to do that. I mean, you could drink a Monster, cup of coffee, you know, pound some pre-workout, which is fucking amazing, by the way. I do that and I fucking fry kids. If you're struggling, have some pre-workout, some C4, you fucking get jacked. Not strength, but your mind. I don't know. Okay, where am I? Yes, but reflexes, and I'm completely lost now. So the bottom line is I assume most people when they play Call of Duty, they're either drinking a Monster or, you know, a cup of coffee or had one earlier in the day. And, you know, of course, compared to somebody who just rolled out of bed, you know, that person's going to be better if they took an Adderall, but they would also get a similar effect if they chugged a Monster or, you know, had a bunch of caffeine. And I think that's where this test, you know, should be. I think that's what's more interesting. So I'm planning on doing that in the future. This video took a fuck ton of time to make, and I normally don't ask for likes and shit, but I'd appreciate it if you liked this video, left a comment below, like shared it with your mom. I don't know, just do something with it. Yeah, if you leave a comment about what you think about this, I'm planning on doing, you know, Adderall versus caffeine in the future. You know, I don't know if there's going to be any interest in this. It's pretty, you know, most people probably would just say who gives a fuck, but I'm kind of a nerd and I kind of like these kind of study-ish videos. I don't know. So yeah, let me know what you think and keep an eye out for new stuff. I want to start uploading more regularly, except I'm a shitty narrator and this literally takes me like 100 tries to I'm not even kidding. I'm looking at my screen right now and this is my 89th recording for just this video. So this shit takes me a while. And yeah, so keep an eye out for more stuff, and I love you, and I will talk to you later.